Her name is Blossom. She was raised in a lighting stand. Her name is Blossom. She was raised in a lighting stand. Her nightly occupation is stealing other women's men. She's an evil, evil woman, but she wants to make a man feel good. My name is Judith Owen. Some people call me Lady J. That's just my band, but I am Judith Owen. And as you can tell, I'm not from here. I'm Welsh. I'm mostly brought up in London, and I do live between London and New Orleans, but I chose to make New Orleans my home because there's nowhere like it in the world, nowhere. I've been all over, I've toured everywhere, but there's no music scene like there is here. It's not just jazz, it's everything you could possibly want. The people are of a quality, the vibe is of a quality, the food is of a quality. Don't get me started on the food. But there's a scene and a community that you never see anywhere else. She's a Gina, Lila, Bridget, she ain't no Red Riding Hood. My childhood was very much classical music. My father was a very successful opera singer at Covent Garden, and so I grew up backstage at rehearsals, hanging out with like Pavarotti and and Domingo and all these incredible sopranos. I was a little girl and thinking, I love the drama, the theatrical, I love it. But when I went home, of course, there's the piano, because in the music room, and that piano is my love. That's my love. That's my best friend. But we would be listening then when we got home to jazz and blues. My father's unbelievable collection of piano jazz, my mother's big band collection, and in particular, this very sexy group of little 45s that he'd collected when he was a kid. And they were of women like Nellie Lutcher, Julia Lee, Mary Lou Williams, Pearl Bailey, Blossom Dearie, Peggy Lee, it goes on and on and on. But this is what like the light bulb went on when I heard Nellie Lutcher, and I heard this woman at the piano who was unapologetic, powerful, uncompromising, absolutely non-conformist. These women didn't please anyone, they pleased themselves, and that was the point of it. And their music was an exercise in female self-confidence, and that's what lit me up as a kid. I was listening to New Orleans music all the time. It was in the house, so it's natural I would come here. But these women who allowed me to see the person I could become, the artist I could become, the powerful woman at the piano. If you don't like her peaches, baby, why'd you shake a tree? If you don't like her peaches, baby, why'd you shake a tree? Get out of her orchard, baby. Let her peaches be. Take it, Frank, take it, do it. So this album is a real celebration and love letter to these women, to this incredible art form, and to I hope, encourage people to know who they are. With the men I have around me, with the artists I have around me, it is that perfect blend of grease, they call it grease, the greasiness, the messiness. It's not perfect, it's not museum, this is living music. So it's the grease and the sexuality, and those two things combined. And then I think the world's greatest musicians that I've ever come across. Some like her 'cause she's happy, some like her 'cause 'cause she's snappy. Some call her honey, some think she's funny. Ray Brown told her she was built for speed. Frank, you put it all together, baby. It's everything a good man needs. Woo, woo, woo.
Thank you.
There's a lot of jazz. There's a lot of different kinds of jazz. But the jazz, this feeling, this sound, what New Orleans is all about is this jazz. Is this. And it's fantastic.